Hi Stampers, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Nancy Novak from Stamp and Shout, and this week we are going back to Christmas cards, and we're going to be using the Merry and Bright bundle, which is the stamp set and dies. So it's really a cute stamp set because it's of course got the light bulbs. It's got the two different style light bulbs. It's got the little string that you can hang them on. It's got some really cute sentiments, and what's cute about this set is you can mix and match all these sentiments. So we're going to touch on all of that this week. I have a few new techniques I'm going to share with you and a couple of other products that I'm going to share with you too. So let's get started with today's card. So I'm using Melon Mambo as my card base. And then for the front and the inside, I'm using two pieces of the basic white. Then I have a scrap sheet of white. Couple of scraps. One's for the sentiment and one is for our embossing folder. And I have a piece of gold foil, and I have a piece of Melon Mambo foil and Granny Apple Green foil. So this is a new product, and here it comes in 4x4. I don't want to shock you with all that shine, but it comes in a 12x12 pack with 4 sheets in it, 2 of the Melon Mambo and 2 of the Granny Apple Green. So I cut a little piece out, a little square, because we're going to cut out 2 light bulbs just like that. And we're also going to cut out 2 of the light bulb tops out of the gold. So I'm going to get those cut right now, and then I will be right back. Okay, so here are our 2 little light bulb tops. So there's a couple of different dies. One cuts out with the little lines like that. If you can see, there's little lines on there, and one cuts out just a solid topper. And then here are our beautiful foil light bulbs, just like that. And then I'm going to cut out one more thing. I'm going to cut out the inside of the light bulb, that little electrical component. And let me show you how we're going to do that. So I'm going to bring in this piece of gold and cut away all this excess that we're not going to use. And I'm going to bring in the adhesive strips, and I'm going to find a scrap in here. A small scrap. This would be just fine. And let's see, I need about 3 inches or so. Okay, so I'm taking the backing off. I'm going to put it on the back. I'm just going to line this up. Whoops, sorry, we want to put that on the foil. Okay, so now I'm going to take my die and lay it on the foil just like normal, just like I would cut out normally. And I'm going to cut 2 of these out, and it's going to create a sticker. So I'll be right back. Okay, so there's the 2 little die cuts. And the reason I made it out of a sticker is because it's easier to attach it to the foil. I don't like using glue with foil. Plus, it's really easy to make the sticker. And when something's so tiny like this, sometimes it's hard to glue. So we're going to go ahead and put our light bulbs together, and then we will continue on with our card. So to attach the little top of the light bulb, I didn't make that into a sticker because it's very easy to attach it with a glue dot. So I'm just going to put a glue dot right at the top of the light bulb, and then I'm just going to attach the little light bulb top. So that's what that looks like. So now I'm going to peel the sticker off the back of that foil and then just attach it to the light bulb. I'm just matching it up there at the top and sticking it down. Okay, so our light bulbs are done. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the front piece of our card. Now I have 2 white pieces. One is slightly larger. That's going to be my little layer piece. And the smaller piece, I am going to use the new embossing folder that is called Christmas Tidings, and it's really cute. It's got a lot of cute festive words on it. So I'm going to go ahead and line it up. I'm just positioning it because sometimes you can see more words than others, so I'm trying to get complete parts of the word in there, even though it really doesn't matter. So now I'm going to run that through the machine, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that all now has some really nice texture on it. Okay, so now we're going to learn this technique right here. So I have a scrap, and I'm going to bring in my embossing folder, and I'm going to lay that down in case I get messy here. And I'm going to use my brayer, and I'm going to spread ink on my embossing folder. So what I'm going to do is, that's the front of the embossing folder. That's the part that I'm going to ink up, and I'm going to use Melon Mambo. Stampin' Up! Used to carry the brayer, which is really a nice tool. You can get it on Amazon. I'll try to put a link in that description down below. If you don't have that and you want to, you could always just kind of rub your stamp pad over. It's perfectly good way to do it. I just like the brayer much better. So let me see if I can get all this in the camera here. So when I use the brayer, I like to go in one direction, and I'm just going to go ahead and ink up this folder. Okay, now I'm just using this little scrap, so that's plenty of ink. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that little line that's right there and lay this down and close up my folder and run that through the machine. So that's how it turned out. Isn't that cool? Now this, you're just going to run under the water, and all that ink just goes away, and then just let it dry and you can use it again. So for this piece here, I am going to cut a strip, and it's going to fit right along the bottom here. So I'm going to cut about a 7/8 of an inch strip. So I like the way that the Noel fits there, so I'm going to go ahead and cut right across there. Let me bring in my cutter. So it's about 7/8, and it just however the nice words land when you do your embossing. Okay, so there's a 7/8 of an 1/8 inch strip that's going to go at the bottom, and then I'm going to cut one more that's going to go on the inside. So I'm just going to play with this piece, and I like that word tiding, so I think I will try to get that to be my inside piece. So I'm just going to cut, oh, the bottom's perfectly fine. So I'm just going to cut right at the top of that tidings. I can cut a little bit more. And it's not going to fit perfect because I don't want it that thick for the inside. So I'm going to cut off the G in the tidings. But that's going to go on the inside of our card. Okay, we're going to do a little bit more stamping. So I'm going to bring in this scrap right here, and we're going to use some of these sentiments. And on the front, I'm stamping Merry and Bright, and I'm using Melon Mambo and Granny Apple Green. So I've got the Merry stamp here, and then for the and Bright stamp, I'm going to stamp that in Granny Apple Green. Pretty, very pretty. I love how that turned out. It's so cool. Wait to see the cards that we're going to be doing this week, because we're going to use this stamp set and this die set to the max. So I'm going to try to show you as much as I can and how much you can do with this great little stamp set. And by the way, don't forget that I do offer stamp and craft kits for 3 of the cards this week, and that's when you place a minimum $40 order and you use my host code. And that's offer is good between tomorrow, Tuesday, and Saturday, November 11th. And that the 3 cards are going to be the next 3 cards that we're making. So make sure you come on back and check them out. So I'm just cutting these out, and I'm leaving a little bit of white on the edge. Okay, let's put our card together. So I'm going to take the white embossed piece and attach it with glue to the little bit larger white piece. Okay, now I'm taking the piece that we inked, and I'm going to lay it right on the bottom of the card. Okay, so I still left that little border there. So it's on the bottom of this smaller piece. And you don't have to worry about matching up these words. This little embossing folder has such a mishmash of words, and they go in different directions, and it doesn't matter if it doesn't match up, or I don't expect that you would be able to do that. It would be kind of tedious to do that, but that looks so cute. So now I'm going to attach that to the front of the card. Then I'm going to put a dimensional or a couple dimensionals on the back of the light bulbs. Okay, and now I'm going to take the sticky off, and I'm just going to position them on the front. And I just have the green one on top, just a little bit overlapping. Just like that. And then for the Merry and Bright, I think I'm going to, this one I glued down, but I am going to take some of the edges of the dimensional sheet and pop those up too. And you can position them however you want up here. You can make them even or crooked or however you like. Okay, now we're going to add a bow, and then we're going to do the inside. I can't wait to show you the inside. It's just cute. So I'm going to put a glue dot right up there. And then I did a bow earlier, and this is actually the Sweet Sorbet ribbon, but it really matches well. So I'm just going to put that on the little glue dot there. So there is the front of the card. Isn't that cute? It's really pretty with that foil. That foil is very, it's high quality. It's really nice. So it's fun to use. So for the inside, look at the inside here. We're going to do Holly Jolly. And we're going to do that in Granny Apple Green, and Christmas in the Melon Mambo. Isn't that cool? I just love those, the sentiments. Very pretty and just a little bit different. So now I'm going to go ahead and glue these together. And I have this little strip, and I'm going to put that right at the bottom. I'm just going to make sure it's the right size. And there's the inside. So what do you think? Pretty, huh? I love this embossing folder. It's really fun. So this week, let's see, what do I have? I'm going to show you a technique for stamping the light bulbs and making them pretty and shiny. I have a fun fold. I have a card where we're going to use a lot of the words to create something. And we're going to create another foil light bulb card using the other style light bulb. And on Friday for the finale, I have a very unique card to show you. It's let me see, what can I tell you? It's rustic, and it uses the light bulb, but in a totally different way. So make sure you're here. Go ahead and share my video. Please invite your friends, like and comment, all that good stuff. It always makes me happy to see that. And I will be back tomorrow. Don't be shy. Stamp and shout.